I've been doing YouTube for a couple of months now, and I've realised I've made some textbook beginner mistakes. The kind where you spent hours editing something, watching it back, and realise even you nearly clicked off.
And also the relevance of blue elephants in pink tutus.
So, here are the biggest mistakes I made starting YouTube. Mistake number 1, forget the camera. My biggest problem was talking way too slowly. Because I'd spent years training and facilitating people where you're taught to speak clearly, confidently and slowly. But on YouTube, not quite so good. It can look like your brain's buffering. I'd leave these enormous dramatic pauses everywhere. You only notice later when you're editing aggressively, chopping out silences at 11 p.m, trying not to fall down a cliff, and wondering why a 6-minute video somehow took up your whole entire evening. I also realised I was speaking at the camera instead of talking to someone. The second I started imagining an actual friend watching instead of some huge invisible audience, my videos instantly felt more human, more relaxed, more natural, and more connection. Because, as we all know, YouTube is not public speaking, it's conversation. Mistake number 2. I am me, I am not Ryan Trahan. So, I love creators like Ryan Trahan. I watched loads of YouTube when I started because I was trying to figure out pacing, storytelling, editing, hooks, and how some people even made buying a sandwich feel cinematic. But somewhere along the line, I think I accidentally started trying to become the people I was watching. And then eventually you realise the internet already has a Ryan Trahan. It does not need a British, slightly confused version. That niche is covered. And weirdly, the videos people connected with most were never the ones where I tried harder to sound impressive. They were the videos where I sounded most like me. Random observations, the chaos, yep, the humour, the honesty, and the bits where things go slightly wrong. And that's what people actually connect to, don't they? Not just the content, but you, the real you. Not the version that's trying to sound like somebody else. And I think a lot of new creators are scared to be vulnerable because they think they need to arrive looking like experts. But really, people trust authenticity far more than performance. Mistake number 3, being the wrong version of myself. Because when people say, oh, just be yourself on YouTube, a lot of us here make absolutely no effort whatsoever. No. Because there's a difference between authenticity and refusing to improve. When I first started, I thought, oh, I'll just talk naturally. But my naturally included rambling, repeating myself, going off on tangents, reading from bits of paper, having notebooks appear in the screen, looking slightly terrified by technology, and occasionally speaking like I was presenting the 6 o'clock news. I also tried a dramatic walking into the camera effect. People said it gave them nightmares, thanks family, which was not quite the cinematic masterpiece I thought it was.
Is Storm Dawn, where faith meets fire with adventure.
And reading from paper especially was a disaster. Every time I tried to read a perfect script, I sounded completely disconnected. The second I switched to bullet points, everything improved because I stopped focusing on remembering words and started focusing on communicating, which is the difference. You should absolutely be yourself, but not the worst bits of yourself, not the unself-aware version. Good creators sharpen things, they improve pacing, they improve storytelling and confidence. And you don't need to become someone else. You don't need to become anyone else. Find your rhythm, your voice, and the version of yourself that people connect best with. And mistake number 4, taking myself far too seriously. This one took a little while to realise, because when you first start YouTube, you think every video has to be meaningful and insightful and beautifully edited. And somehow in the process, you accidentally remove all the signs of having any personality whatsoever. So some of my earlier videos were so serious that even insomniacs could probably have used them medically. And then I realised something really important. Humour creates connection. People don't just stay because your information is useful. They stay because they enjoy spending time with you. And humour relaxes people. It makes videos feel human. It breaks the tension, it adds personality, makes people feel that they know you. Because if everything is deadly serious all the time, people switch off. Now, obviously, you don't need to become a stand-up comedian, because I really am not. But I do think every video needs to get better. And you think, how can I tighten this up a bit more? And honestly, these moments are often the bits that people remember the most, like, you know, tripping over a tree root or falling down the cliff just down there. And I still maintain that random pictures of elephants in tutus improve almost everything online. Of course, I have no scientific evidence for this. So after making all those mistakes, here's what I'm slowly learning actually makes better videos. Talk like you're talking to one person, one actual human. Don't try to become your favourite creator, and keep improving without losing yourself. That's the balance. The goal isn't perfection, it's connection. The videos people remember are the ones where they feel something. So if you're thinking about starting YouTube or starting anything new, don't wait. Don't wait until you feel everything's polished and you're good at it. You'll never start. You learn by making awkward videos. Look at my first ones. I mean, it's not that long ago. I can see an improvement already. And slowly figuring out what works. One video at a time. Watch the previous one, what can I improve? Watch that one, what can I improve? And it's encouraging. It can be slightly humiliating, but you know, you just have to get over yourself and get on with it. And those are my beginner mistakes so far. I'm sure I'll discover a whole load more by next week, and you can be sure I'll let you know about them.